Hey guys, welcome back to another video. I know it's been a little bit, but as you might be able to tell, things have changed on the Forester just a little bit. Same with the Civic here, but that'll be a different video. I have a couple things for this. I guess I can start with this real quick. We have a new intercooler sitting right there. As you can see, this one's pretty small. The reason I'm doing that is because down here you can see I don't even have my radiator mount, and then down in there, you can see it's kind of tearing into the radiator. It's not leaking yet, but I'm just kind of trying to do it to prevent that. And I also have a dump tube now. I know everyone roasted me in the overview video that I made of this without a dump tube, but now it's there, and it definitely helps the underhood temps, so that's cool. This thing, I did a steering wheel wrap. It actually turned out really good. I would recommend doing this. It's just like a leather thing. I think I got it on eBay or Amazon. It feels just as nice as it looks. It's not perfect, but it feels really good. Honestly, it's like the perfect steering wheel for this car. Okay, now to this thing. Let's start from the very obvious. I got some new wheels. These are some Enkei GF1s. They're older, so the manufacturing date on them is 2003, and they kind of showed their age when I got them. They look really good from this far away. If we go a little bit closer, you can see that the insides here have a little bit of like aluminum corrosion, oxidation. It was way too much work for me to try to do that. The lips, the two lips here and here, also had that all the way around, but I just sanded them and kind of like brushed them. I don't know, I just sanded them and clear coated them to get rid of that, and they look way better than they did. I'm still missing center caps. I have them, but they're like 25 years old, so they look horrible. Those are wrapped in an Accelera IOTA. I don't know how to say that. IOTA EVT. It's a 225/45 all season. I'm planning on getting snow tires for my old wheels because this is Colorado, and I will need that. I don't really trust these, even though they are all seasons. They're fine for a little bit, but they're really just a summer tire for these wheels that I also want to keep nice because they're kind of hard to find, and definitely not replaceable. So you might also notice that it is sitting way lower than it used to be. It's like a 5-6 inch drop. The back is a little bit higher than the front just because kind of how the wheel wells sit, and I want to be able to put stuff in the back sill because this is my daily. So I have, I don't know, like 2 fingers here of clearance, and on the front I just have a little bit less. So you know, you can kind of tell it's a little bit less. This is the Raceland, just standard red Racelands. They actually ride, they ride pretty good. It's nowhere close to like the factory ride quality, of course. And I had brand new XLGs, like OEM shocks on here, so nothing's going to compare to that, but they're pretty good. They're pretty smooth, but they have the normal, they're stiff, they're coilovers. You're never going to get around that. I would recommend them. It's my second set of Racelands. I have the green Ultimos or Primos, whatever the second tier is on those, or on the WRX, and they ride kind of just about the same. This rides probably a little bit better because the spring rates are softer and this is a heavier car. That's why I decided to do that, but honestly, it's not that big of a difference. As you can see, these coilovers, and I'm kind of jumping all over the place, but these coilovers, the top heads don't sit perfectly straight, like with the wheel. They sit a little bit in like that. That's just kind of how they go. These are for a GD WRX, like that car. They're meant to go in that car, but the top head bolt pattern is the same. And you can get enough camber. I mean, I'm like pretty much 0 degrees on the front and the back, maybe a little bit more in the front. Yeah, you can see it's pretty close. So you don't really need the top hats unless you're going insanely low, but that's just going to change your caster if it's not perfectly straight. So it's fine. It's not going to cause any tire wear or anything if you decide to use those top hats, but like I said, I'm not going to be doing that. Okay, as you can see, the front e-brake cable, it doesn't have the mount that the GD mount is expecting, so I just have it zip tied up there. Not the most ideal situation, but honestly, it's not going to move that much, so I think it's fine. I know it's not really focusing very well. There you go. See that? But then the back, you can use the factory clips, as long as you save them from when you tear out the old ones. So those things, the factory brackets, and they're a little bit mangled from when I cut them out of the OEM shocks, but it looks good. And I got anti-seize all over the shock body. They look really good. We come around to the back seat here, you can kind of see some wires poking out. I need to kind of tidy them up, but I have an under-seat subwoofer down there, and I am actually incredibly surprised by it, and I want to kind of talk about how easy it is to install, and my just thoughts on the unit. It's a Planet Audio P8AWK or something. So it's an 8-inch subwoofer that comes with everything you need to install it. I'm going to start here at the front. Comes with the 8-gauge power wire. It's not the greatest quality. It was $100 for the whole entire kit, but it's definitely quality enough. And it comes with an inline fuse here. It looks huge. I don't know how many amps that fuse is for, but it's really just for you don't want this fucking cable touching grounding out. So that would be insane amps. So I have that straight to the battery terminal, and then just runs through. I have an automatic model, so that's where the clutch master cylinder would go. On a manual model, that was super easy. It runs straight in the side. So it runs down. I'll be able to see it. Yep, up there. You can see that red wire, and I have it kind of tucked up and running through. Right here, I have it hooked up to my head unit. There's just a RCA out, one channel RCA out for the sub. It's running on the other side of the center console. So that's running on the passenger side, and the power is running on this side. And then I have the remote signal wire. It's really easy. I mean, if you guys want to install a subwoofer on this car, it's perfect. And this model specifically fits perfectly under the passenger seat. And I have literally all of the slack right there. So you could cut it and like re-terminate it and stuff. I'm probably just going to find a different place to shove it because I don't really care to do that. Honestly, it's not as bad as it is right now. You can see it from all the way back here, but if you were to actually sit in the car, you're not going to see it, and you could kick it, but it's not that big a deal. As far as how this unit sounds, I would definitely recommend it actually. So I have upgraded, I think they're just there's some kind of cheap Pioneer speakers in the front, and then what I think is probably the factory speakers in the back with that IOTA head unit in the center console. It sounds incredible. So unless you already have like a factory sub or something, this is going to blow you away. I have like a 10-inch or 12-inch, actually, yeah, definitely a 12-inch sub with a custom box here in the corner of this car with a big 6-channel amp. And honestly, this sounds almost as good. This definitely rattles like the mirrors a little bit if you're into that, but this is more than enough for like daily driving, and just the volume it creates is more than enough. Also needed to get a new battery. The old one in this thing was 6 years old, so when I was using that amp with the car off, it totally died, and I was like, what the heck? And I looked, and it was from 2020, so that checks out, and I got a brand new Everstart here. I would definitely recommend Walmart's batteries. I've never had one die early on me, and they're cheap. So I'm going to the junkyard today to get a 98 Legacy Outback bumper to make this thing look a little bit lower. And that's about it. I think that's going to be done after that. I think it looks really good. I'm really happy with the wheel color and the fitment. It's a 17 by 7 plus 38 with a 225/45. So yeah, that's going to be it for this video. If you want to see more content like this, let me know. Otherwise, I will go back to making my same kind of Honda WRX content. And yeah, I'll see you guys in the next video.